Gonna come back to the pool.
When am I going to come back to the pool? Is that what you just asked me?
Yeah, when you come back to the pool with me.
After Florida Death Race.
All right.
Because that's when this comes out, it'll be after the event, but that's in 2 days. So,
well, yeah.
2 days, FDR, 74-ish miles.
So next week we're going to the pool?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll be a good rehab.
It would.
Yeah.
Be great.
I'm hoping with the schedule of everything, we just got done with the Punchout Ultra. We will have, by the time you're listening to this, listeners, we will have had the FDR already.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have an episode on that. And I'm hoping that my life can kind of just calm down just a little bit. It has been an absolute whirlwind, not just with what we're doing at Suffer Up, but also with work, teaching, everything else. It's been a lot to balance and manage. Couldn't do it without my wife and everybody else to kind of help support that. So, pool time soon.
Pool time. Got it.
I actually have some new fins that I need to break in.
Oh, yeah, you
they're new to me. New to me.
You haven't ever worn them, have you?
I have the cheaper fins that you gave me.
Yeah.
But
you're new to you ones. You haven't trained with yet, right?
No. And I want to be proficient with them and keep them at work. So we do have a boat, so that way I can be proficient with those in the water.
Cool.
If I need to get in the water for any reason. And get some, I think I'm going to buy some nicer goggles. Or
goggles or mask and snorkel?
Mask and snorkel.
Okay.
For work purposes.
Gotcha.
Because we are surrounded by water, and just keep them in my bag for use.
Does the firehouse not provide you guys with that? That's silly.
Yeah. So, welcome back to another episode of the Suffer Up Podcast, guys, with Nate and Ryan. This is going to be a pretty chill episode, but we just want to recap our Punchout Ultra that we just hosted.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Punchout Ultra, for those of you who don't know, here in Northwest Florida, in Molina, Florida, we hosted an 8-hour trail race.
Yep.
It's called the Punchout Ultra because we punch holes in your bib for every lap completed. It was 4 miles.
We don't punch you.
No punches, but we punch a hole in your bib. And you go for 8 hours. And it's really cool because there's not a race like that in this area.
No.
There's really only one. There's a couple like 50Ks kind of down the panhandle, but in this area, there's only one ultra, and it's in August in Northwest Florida. That's a miserable time to run.
Yeah, it's definitely suffering there.
Yeah, and but yeah, we were really excited with the turnout. We sold out at 50. That was kind of a loose goal that we had, was to try to get 50 runners. We sold out.
Yeah. We ordered 50 race bibs, and every bib went to a person.
That's it.
It's a success.
Yep. And so we had the event in February, and we had an awesome turnout. And what was really cool was that we had the field of runners were very, we had some experienced ultra runners there, but we also, majority of the field were kind of first timers.
Yeah, I would say we had a handful of semi-experienced ultra runners.
Yeah.
And then we had majority of the people, I'd say definitely over 50%, had never ran more than a half marathon.
Yeah.
Which was insane that they signed up for an 8-hour long thing, but
yeah,
you guys are rock stars.
Yeah. And we had the challenge coin looming over all their heads.
Yes.
And so at 7 laps, it puts you just a hair over 28 miles. And we got 25?
Yeah, 25 out of our 50 runners earned the Suffer Up Challenge coin by going 28 miles or more. Yeah, I'd say out of the 25, I think maybe 10 or 15 of them went the 7 miles, and probably about 15 of them went 7 miles. Or 7 laps at 28 miles. And then about 10 of them went over that, 8, 9. One guy did 10 laps.
Yep.
So it is.
He got 40 miles in that 8 hours.
Yeah.
And he surprised himself.
He was one of the guys that never ran that far.
Yeah.
Like, never ran over a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man.
He did really, really well.
Went out there and did 40 miles.
What was so cool about that event was just seeing people come out and discover a new distance that they didn't know that they could do. And they just were like, well, I have time for another one, so I guess I'll do another one. And the laps just kind of kept coming and coming. And our one of the runners, Stacy, shout out to Stacy, who's also the winner of our cooler, the Punchout Ultra cooler giveaway for Suffer Up. With soft socks and everything else. They donated some socks, and we got some stickers in there for her. But she said it best. She's like, well, I had a goal of 7 because I want to get the coin, but I had an understood goal of 8. Well, then when I got done with 8, I'm like, well, I have time for one more. What's one more lap? So then she got 9. So, yeah, she did really, really well.
36 miles later.
36 miles later, basically ran a 60K, and she got the coin, and she pushed herself and came through with only a couple more minutes to spare. And one of the runners, Red of Red Flamingo, he came out, and he doesn't advertise himself as a runner.
Yeah.
Like if you ask him, he'll say he actually hates it. But he came out and ran, and he crossed the finish line with like 30 seconds left. Like just barely got it, but he got his 7th lap with maybe 30 seconds
and
spare.
He's part of the Red Flamingo Foundation, or the founder of it. That's just a cool organization. If you guys are interested in what that is, go check them out.
Yep.
But yeah, that was awesome to see people come out and push themselves. And so we had an individual division. We also had a team division. The teams were 4-man teams. And I think we had 6 teams out there. And that was really cool to see too, because the teams were able to push each other and just, one guy could take a break and not feel bad because the rest of his team's out there working, but they came back around and they're like, hey, time to get moving again. And then they pick them back up. And one of our teams, I think it was the team that got 3rd place, the guy did 1 lap, thought that's all he was going to do. Then he ended up walking another lap with somebody. And then later on, like almost near the end of the event, another guy wanted to walk another lap. So he walked it with him, and he ended up doing 3 laps, and he never thought that he was going to do that. So that was really cool to see.
Yep. It was really cool. Yeah. And what was also really awesome too about the whole thing was the support that we got from a lot of our sponsors too.
Oh, yeah.
When you're hosting an event like this, especially for your first time, and the registration, you try to keep the registration as low as you can, but you still have to host an event cost-wise. But to have all these sponsors kind of come behind us, and just to name a few of them, Fleet Feet came out of Pensacola. They came out with their army truck and brought some music and some vibes, and they
had some shoes to try on.
Yeah, they had shoes to try on.
Not just try on, but like test on the trail, which was sick. Like you could go run a 4-mile lap with their shoes.
Yep.
And just test them out.
And test them on a trail. So like there aren't many places where you can you try them on in the store, that's one thing, but to like try them on the actual trail.
Get a 4-mile demo in real use.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That was super cool. They also, Element Electrolytes, they sponsored the race.
Yep.
So we had tons of Element for all of our runners.
And Fleet Feet brought some Scratch.
They brought Scratch.
That was cool.
Carbohydrate beverage with electrolytes in it as well. So Scratch, thank you for that as well. Ultra also donated Ultra shoes. They donated 2 sets of shoes. Yeah. So our first place individual got a free pair of shoes,
and our last place individual,
yeah,
they left that up to us as to who was gonna get the shoes, if we were gonna do it at random, like a drawing or something. And we decided the first place individual and the last place individual.
Yeah.
One's a reward and one's a motivator. Hopefully we keep that guy coming out on the trail. It doesn't matter what place he came in. He came and pushed himself.
Yep. So what was cool about him was I got to talk to him at the turn. He was taking a break, and he was rucking. I think he had like 30 pounds on his ruck.
I think at one point he had like 45 in there.
I believe so.
The
I
guy
think he dropped 10.
Was crushing it in the beginning. And then like the next lap, he lowered it down some because he's like, this course is harder than I thought.
Yeah. So really, really cool guy. And he was very, Lauren, my wife, kind of gave me a hard time afterwards. She's like, you just kind of called the guy out for doing the least amount of laps. But I think that he was very appreciative of it. He put a post up on social media of just like, wow, that it was really good.
Yeah.
It was more challenging than he thought. It was a good grind for him.
Yeah.
And he's with the end of watch memorial ruck that they do every year for line of duty deaths with police officers in Santa Rosa County. So just really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And to be fair, if he looks at the results, he will see one guy did less laps than him, but that individual's a friend of mine who said he was going to come do 1 lap and leave because of time constraints. Yeah. So
he stuck it out.
I didn't feel like it was fair to give that guy the shoes, because that was his plan from the start, was do 1 lap and leave. But this guy stuck it out, went the whole time, or as long he was there throughout the duration of the event, I should say. I don't know how long he was on the course, but yeah, we just want to commend his efforts and inspire him to keep going.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you do 1 lap or 10.
Mm-hmm.
You came out there and pushed yourself.
Yeah. So next year, we are going to host this race again next year.
Yep.
We are trying to nail down the date firmly. So we should hopefully have that soon as far as the date. But we sent out surveys to those who participated and got some feedback from that.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of the changes that we're able to discuss that we're going to do for next year. What are some changes that you think we'll do next year?
Yeah, so we're going to keep the individual and team division, but we're also going to add a separate ruck division.
Yeah.
So those of you looking to just ruck can be in your own division, get your own awards, and not feel like you're competing against the runners. We're going to include more food at the turnaround point from the start, especially pickles.
Yeah.
Everybody loved the pickles,
man. I only got 2 jars. I should have gotten more, but
I mean, it was enough. But yeah, everybody just loved the pickles.
Yep.
That was one of the questions on the survey was, what was your favorite aid station item? And I don't know. A lot of people said pickles. Pickles with exclamation points. More pickles.
Yeah.
All right.
And then what do you want to see more of next year? Pickles. So we'll have pickles for you guys next year.
Message received. What else are we going to change? We're going to have pictures.
Yeah. So one of the participants said that we did not get a picture of them during the event. I'll loosely do kind of an apology for that because we didn't prioritize pictures.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was more.
To be fair, this was a run, walk, ruck event, not a photography event.
Yeah.
That's not what they signed up for. So I understand their frustration, but from our side, it's like, well, we didn't promise there would be pictures. Any pictures were kind of bonus.
Yeah.
However, we understand your criticism.
Yeah.
And we'll do better next year on that.
Exactly. So, I had a nice camera, and so I'm like, oh, I'll carry it with me. And as I have time with race directing, you stay busy. As I have time, I'll take as many pictures as I can, but no guarantees. At least then we're capturing some of the event. Also for advertisement next year, we have now a plethora of pictures that we can use for next year, and allow people to share the pictures that we did take of them. So we're sorry we didn't get pictures. Next year, we will do a better job at trying to designate somebody to sit on the course for at least the first 2 hours to make sure that everybody has at least one picture on the trail.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good feedback. We don't take feedback as necessarily negative, just areas to consider or improve on. So we appreciate those surveys that were filled out.
Very much.
As far as other changes, we're going to keep the hole punches in the bib. There was a couple people that gave feedback on they did not like the hole punches. However, we see it as kind of a
well, it's in the name to start.
It's in the name, yeah. And 2, we thought it was a cool idea to have holes in your bib because a lot of people save their bibs.
Yeah.
And you have Punchout Ultra 8-hour trail race, and you have so many punches in your bib. It kind of signifies the work that you put in. And from a tracking standpoint for us, like you check in with us afterwards and we look at your punches.
Yeah.
I'll
touch on the logistics behind that a little bit, the tracking side. So the other option is to have trackers and have a whole like timing system for the event. But for those of you who aren't race directors, which is probably most of you, because I wasn't until this, it's super expensive and they typically charge by the hour. So to do this for an 8-hour event or longer, if we ever want to make this a longer event, it gets ridiculously priced and out of our budget. And the hole punches, not only are the name of the event, Punchout, but also, like Nate said, it works. It works extremely well. The only feedback we got, I mean, people said they didn't like it, but they didn't really specify why. And the only feedback that we got from a few people that we were able to talk to was that it was a little slow. Or people had trouble getting their bib punched, so that made it take longer. My response to that is, well, number one, next year we'll try and have more people initially with hole punchers. That way it doesn't bottleneck at the start line. That first lap, especially when everybody's kind of coming back closer together. And secondly, it is an 8-hour long race. If you have to stand at the start line for 30 seconds as you come back through to get your bib punched, it's not the end of the world. You're probably going to take a bathroom break or drink some water, and that's going to take longer than that anyways. So don't look at it as a sprint. To the runners out there, like, don't look at this as a sprint and like that hole punch is holding you up. Just count it as a short rest and then get back after it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, I would say almost over 90% of the people that were running, you guys took a minute at your vehicles to refuel, do whatever you did, change socks.
Everybody did sometime.
Yeah, 30 seconds or so to punch a bib, we don't think is necessarily unreasonable. Yeah, there are other ways to do a loop race. We understand that, but we also want to provide a race that is cost effective to everybody on our end and on y'all's end.
With that, another bit of feedback kind of around that same point was that people would like to have a better tracking system. Well, again, I just explained the like electronic tracking system, but I hear you, and we're going to try and figure out a way to like have a board at the start line, or maybe a TV if we can do it digitally somehow, that shows like who the top 5 are. That way, if you are one of the people out there trying to compete and get first, second, or third, who's in front of you, who's the guy to beat. We recognize that this time you came through and it was really just a battle against you and yourself, because you had no idea if anyone was in front of you or how far they were. Somebody might have been in front of you on the trail, but you might have already lapped them once because they were using the bathroom and you went out. So next year we're going to try and have a way to show you guys who the leaderboard is and keep that updated throughout the event.
Another thing would have been music, having the start finish line bumping a little more. We hear you there too. There was a little bit of logistic and on our end that we didn't necessarily prepare for on that. So we'll try to bring the energy a little bit more. But one thing that I really enjoyed about that race was, and I know Ryan's a little jealous that I got to do this and he didn't, but was going out on the course with the runners and hearing some of their stories on the trail when they're going through it, and they're hot, they're tired, all that kind of stuff. That was really a good time to kind of get to know you guys, and kind of build that community, which is also what we are. Like, I didn't say it at the beginning of this episode, but like, our mission statement is to encourage others and to lead others to suffer with a purpose. And hearing some of those purposes and those whys on the trail was just really motivating, empowering.
It's encouraging to us.
Yeah. And I was able to capture some of those on our Instagram, the runner highlights. And so those were a lot of fun to do. I got permission from everybody before I recorded them. But just a little snippet to hear kind of who they are, where they're from, and what they're doing this for. So
I am a little jealous of your time out on the course. However, I will say I got to spend a lot more time around the finish line area and help the people there at the aid station when they came in, and doing that was very rewarding. And I'm grateful that I got to have that time with our runners there and their families hanging out. And that's my request for next year is, if you guys come back out and do this, which I hope you will, bring your families, bring your friends. Like Nate said, we want the finish line to be bumping, but not just with music, but with families and just excitement. That we're going to have cornhole out there. We'll have stuff like that for kids to play. And just, we want this to be a family friendly event and feel very welcoming to everybody that's there. And, every time a runner comes through, we can all cheer for them, whether they're on their second lap or their 8th.
Yeah, exactly. So, but as a whole, our first event, our first race that we hosted, I would say was a huge success. We didn't have anybody that I asked, are you guys going to come back next year? I did not have any hard no's.
No.
Whether that's just them not being honest, I don't know. But as a whole, I felt like everybody had a really good time, and we were happy and proud to be your race directors and
very much so
take care of you for those 8 hours as best that we could. And we hope that you guys really enjoyed it. For those of you who were on the fence about it and didn't do it, well, y'all missed out. But we will have it again next year. So be looking for that. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. We'll continue to keep you guys updated there. And we got some other cool, exciting things that we're milling over right now that hopefully we'll be able to release soon. So just stay tuned for that. But we're excited for what the future holds. We're excited for what Suffer Up will hopefully bring to you. And we're just pumped up after this. It was a really good thing for us, and it was also a really good thing for y'all who participated. So we're really thankful for that.
Our goal with this thing was to further our mission here at Suffer Up, like Nate said, but also to just provide people an opportunity or a space to push themselves. And I feel like we accomplished that mission. I feel like you guys accomplished that mission. You came out and pushed yourselves
Yep.
farther than we thought you would, farther than you thought you would.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, for that, we want to say thank you.
Yep.
You guys made the event what it was, and we hope to do this again for years to come, and for y'all to just keep coming out and setting new records, breaking new limits, and pushing yourself all the way.
Yes. On that note, we also just want to give a very special thank you and shout out to our sponsors of the race. So that I don't forget anybody, I'm going to pull up all of the sponsors here, and we're going to give you guys a shout out. Fleet Feet of Pensacola, you guys are awesome. Caden down there, they're downtown Pensacola. They were a huge help, and without them, this race would not have been what it was. So thank you guys over there at Fleet Feet. You can be sure to check them out online as well as the socials. Wildflower Innovations, a landscape company that can do installs and redo your yard however you need it done. Also has experience with irrigation, hardscapes, and softscapes. So Wildflower Innovations, they are a great contact there as well. Edward Jones, Derek Park. He's located in Pace, correct?
Correct.
Yep, Pace. Edward Jones, we want to thank you for your help with this event and sponsoring and believing in us. So we're very thankful. If you need any financial advice, he is going to be the way to go. Our next one is Clean Eats.
Clean Eats.
Clean Eats of Pensacola. So thank you guys. They provided some finisher awards with meals.
Mm-hmm.
And
a free smoothie in every race packet.
Every race packet. So
not an actual smoothie in there.
No,
but a card for a free smoothie.
Yes. And
smoothies would melt.
The franchise owner, Sam, I talked with him after the race and thanked him.
Yeah.
And he said, let us know on your next event, and we'd be happy to help and support you guys. So
that's so much appreciated.
They're mic'd up for next year. So
that's awesome.
The next one's Tab. You want to talk about Tab?
Yeah, Tab is the alternative board. Although that's its name, it's really more like the accountability board. It's where business owners get together and hold each other accountable. They set goals, they work through problems together, and just help grow each other and each other's businesses.
Yes.
Pretty cool organization. It is a franchise, so I think it's nationwide. Here we have one called Tab Emerald Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the Pensacola or greater area, come check it out. You can get in touch with them on LinkedIn or Facebook, I think.
And we also did a podcast.
Yeah.
With
Neil, the owner here at Tab Emerald Coast, did a podcast with him. So if you're curious about what that is more, go back and listen to that episode. It's one of the first 10 episodes. I don't know the episode number.
Early on.
But yeah, it's an early on episode.
The next one is Coastal Seamless Gutters. They do gutters and pole barns. Yep. Yeah. So if you need any of that work done, check them out.
They do Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Baldwin County, Alabama.
Perfect. So check him out. And the next one is going to be Call Sign Victor. They actually came out.
They were there with a tent, and he was there to promote their stuff, but he was also like another volunteer for us. So
yeah,
we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we really appreciate you, dude. And then of course, Soft Socks sponsor the channel, but also they sponsored the race. They brought a big finisher arch. He gave away like a bunch of socks too.
He did give away a bunch. I think the first place team got socks.
Yep.
The first 3 individuals got socks. Yep. Our cooler giveaway.
Yep.
Winner got a sock. Or socks.
Socks. Yeah, you got one sock.
You got one sock. You have to buy the other one.
Yeah, so thank you, Soft Socks. You guys that listen to the channel know about them. They're awesome. We also have a discount code for them if you'd like to support them and the channel. Suffer 10 with Soft Socks. Packet pickup was held at Jen's Grill in Molino. They really did a great job of taking care of us, letting us hang out and kind of hang out with you guys, the runners that came out, had an awesome meal.
Yeah, they had a special pre-race meal for us of shrimp or chicken Alfredo, and they gave all our runners 50% off their meal that night.
Yeah.
Which was outstanding.
Yeah,
so thank you guys.
Thank you, Jen's Grill. Mike's Son Lawn Care, which is Summerall. Did I say that right?
Yes, Summerall Lawn Care, Summerall Landscaping. Yep. I'm not entirely sure which one it is.
That's fine. Yep.
Sorry, Mike.
No, you're good. Summerall, we thank you guys for the sponsorship and supporting this and believing in us to have you guys as a sponsor. So thank you for that. And then also, this is a big shout out here. If you guys have a small business and you guys need advertisement done for anything, whether a trailer, I think they do trailer wraps, any signage, any mass commercial printing, all that stuff is done by Signature Graphics, and it's spelled GRAPHIX of Pensacola. They're on Highway 29 there. They really did a great job of taking care of us and providing all the signage for the race. We've used them. Ryan has used them as well on a personal level. So thank you so much, Signature Graphics, for your support and providing all those things for us.
Yeah. Sorry, backtracking to Summerall Outdoor Services.
Summerall Outdoor Services.
Yeah, they specialize in lawn care maintenance and landscaping.
Yes. So thank you for that as well. And then last but not least, we want to thank Pam Heinold Realty. She is a local realtor here in the area and a Emerald Coast expert in the business. So if you guys need any real estate, whether commercial, land, or a private property, she is going to be your contact for that. So I think it's important that we really take a second and thank all of you guys who made this race possible. And I'm going to end with that. Go ahead.
Okay.
You hit it.
The final person that we want to thank is the men's bar meeting.
Yep.
They're located in Molina at the location that we had the race. They host a men's bar meeting, as it sounds, every second Thursday of the month. They provide a free steak dinner, which is amazing, by the way. Free steak dinner to all the men that show up.
Yep.
You get to come and hang out with a bunch of dudes, hear from a cool speaker. They got a band up there that plays some music. And it's all around just an awesome event for men in the area to go to. So we want to say a big thank you to them for letting us use their location and facilities. And, we hope to see some of you men from the race out there at that event too.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Men's Bar Meeting. And with that also, this Punchout Ultra was a great way for us to give back.
Yes.
We were able to make a contribution to the Men's Bar Meeting to support their mission of sharing the gospel to men and what they do at the barn. They do a lot of stuff, and we're just really thankful for their outreach. We were able to donate $1,000 from the proceeds of this race to the Men's Barn Meeting. So we're grateful for the opportunity to give back in that way. And we're really thankful for those people and the owners and everything else that helped put all that to make this event possible. They provided all the trails and everything for us. So really thankful for that.
Yep.
So
it's true. Yeah, they did maintenance on them all before we got out there. So if you guys thought the course was rough during the race, you should have seen it before.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Suffer Up Podcast, guys, where our mission is to encourage and lead others to suffer with a purpose, striving to level up in life with an emphasis on spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. Thank you guys so much for your support and your love, especially in this race. We'll see you guys out on the trails next year. Stay after it. Stay training this summer. It's about to get hot, so get ready for the heat.
And stay tuned for more events coming up.
Yep.
We are working on some more stuff for you guys. We want to provide more opportunities for experience.
That's it. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. We love y'all. And as always,
suffer up.